Hi friends, welcome back. So want to do an update video on warrior trading Ross Cameron. It's been a couple of years since the last video. You can see on May 23rd, 2022, I did a video called Warrior Trading Ross Cameron, a Scam and a Fraud, question mark. And one of the things that we talk about in the video is that Ross Cameron trades penny stocks. Now, the funniest thing about this video, and I want to sort of illustrate sort of the things that goes on YouTube, is it has 378 likes and 213 dislikes. So it's got actually a lot of people that dislike the video. And moreover, to this day, I get people that write mean comments to me that I'm so dumb, that Ross Cameron doesn't trade penny stocks, and that I don't know what I'm talking about. So I want to do an update to the video because I think it's an important one. And also to, again, to illustrate the kind of stuff that goes on in YouTube. So first I want to address this. This is Ross Cameron's website. It says Warrior Trading, the ultimate home for momentum traders, day traders. And if you scroll down to the bottom here, guys, this is on his website live. You can look at it for yourself. He's got this article right here that says Day Trading Guide, Penny Stocks Trading Guide. It's on his website. I'm not just making random stuff up. There's his website. You scroll down and he's got an article about penny stocks. So like when people write comments that he doesn't trade penny stocks, I'm just like, are you being paid by Ross to say these things, or do you really believe it? Are you purposely lying? I don't know. I don't know where these comments come from. But this is the kind of crap that goes on YouTube. Like, this is demonstratively real. It's right here. He has a whole article about trading penny stocks. I'm going to show you more about this guy. It's so crazy. And this is why you got to make these videos, because like I want to put out the truth for people. So for people who are searching for information, you know that you're not crazy. I'm not crazy. And we're both not crazy. It's just sometimes people in comments say the craziest things. Now, Ross makes the claim also on his website that in 2017, he had $583 in his account. And then as of, I guess, December 2023, he's got $10,725,261. So I guess he turned 500 into almost 11 million in about 6 years. That's a claim that he makes. I want to point this out, and this is actually on April 19th, 2022, why I made the original video 2 years ago. This was the FTC. I'll read the headline here. FTC, or Federal Trade Commission, cracks down on warrior trading for misleading consumers with false investment promises. And I meant to say, I was going to say false advertising, but I mean, that's basically what it is, false investment promises, right? And this was back a couple years ago, and they said investment company and its owner will pay $3 million in FTC case. I wanted to update this a little bit because it turns out a year later, it looks like he paid the fine. So FTC returns more than $2.9 million to consumers harmed by warrior trading. And this was back on January 10th, 2023. And we'll read the details of this because I want you to understand like how widespread this stuff is and how crazy this stuff is. This says here, the Federal Trade Commission is sending payments totaling more than $2.9 million to 20,402 people. It's crazy, right? 20,402 people fell for this guy. And they says here who paid thousands of dollars for warrior trading investment programs. So again, we're talking about $3 million, 20,000 people. Also says here the company made misleading and unrealistic claims to sell a day trading system that failed to pay off for most customers. The FTC will begin sending payments today by check and PayPal. Consumers who get a check should cash it within 90 days. I don't want to know what happens if you don't cash it within 90 days. Maybe you don't get your money. Who knows? Consumers who get a PayPal payment should accept it within 30 days. So make sure you do that. And the recipients have questions about their payment should call the refund administrator, J&D Legal Administration. And here's an interesting part. Look at this last part. It says the commission never requires people to pay money or provide account information to get a payment. Meaning that I think that there's scammers out there who pretend they're the FTC or whatever and say, oh, I heard you got, a payback. Just give me your account number or pay me $10 and I'll give you $30 or whatever, right? So be careful on this kind of stuff. And again, this is affecting, about 20,000 people who paid thousands of dollars. It's crazy. Now, this is his current channel right now, and he made a video just on April 19th, 2024. So I want to update this. And it says here, 100% squeezed in 25 minutes, right? So you're going to double your money in 25 minutes is what he says, basically. And if you look at the list of stocks that he's trading, it's right here on his video, not just making random stuff up. And, you can see here, like, look, see, this is a live video on YouTube, etc. And here, if you look at this, AGBA, TIRX, BPTH, XPON, VTNR, THCH, ALRN. And he's also got here I can see a chat room there for small cap. I see it right there live. I mean, I'm not just making random stuff up. And so I looked up these stocks and I was kind of curious, like, okay, what kind of stocks is Ross trading? Well, here's all the tickers that we're talking about here. AGBA. So this is a stock I put on the max chart. It's basically down almost everything. You guys can see it here. This fell off a cliff. This is on the max chart. This is BPTH. It's like a regular pump and dump stock. So you can see here it goes up, it goes down, it goes back up, it goes down, and now it's been like pretty much down. You guys can. I just want to show you the chart so you can see this stuff. Because I want you to understand like how to identify these kind of I don't ever say the scam. I mean, let me look at this stuff. Look at this. This is like quick pump and dump, right? You guys can see it in the charts. They all face the look like the similar kind of thing. They're all this shape. I mean, you can see it. Was that when this was the VTNR? This is the THCH, right? Do you guys see these things on the max charts? Now, I want to point out something else that you want to be careful when you look at this kind of stuff, like what kind of stuff is he trading, is look at the market caps of these things, right? So this one's like, 92 million. This one's 3.23 million. So if you understand market cap, the basic gist of it is like, add up all the stocks, how much are they worth? And you have to ask yourself also too, how much money would it take to move a stock like this? So like, for example, this one here, TIRX, with the market cap of only like 2.46 million. I mean, you can move this stock with just, a couple $100,000 pretty quickly because it's just these are just such small cap stocks, right? 139 million in this one. This one is a 204 million. This one's like 80 million, et cetera, right? So these are small market. And to give you like some comparison, like when we talk about something like a Tesla, it's like $500 billion, like it's like a massive amount of money. The other thing too I want to point out with this, which is kind of interesting, is when you look at these charts, I put on the 5-day, you can see like these weird kind of crazy spiky movements. Some of these are pump and dumps on the week, right? So this is just recently. So you literally can see it right there. It goes up really quickly and comes right back down, right? And you have to ask yourself, okay, so when is Ross buying these things and when is he talking about him on his channel? Here's another pattern. Do you guys see this? It goes like up like crazy and comes right back down. So I warn you about this kind of stuff because I want you to like learn. So this one hasn't quite crashed yet, but I'm pretty sure it's coming. So, I mean, you can look at the history of this stuff. So, not all these have crashed immediately after the basically 1 day period, but I'm just being fair. But I want you to see like clear patterns in this stuff. I see you can see it again. So, most of these did that pattern. Let's say you took all of these trades. Maybe you win 1 out of 5, for example. The problem is you're losing the other 4. The other thing that's crazy about this thing, and again, you can look at all this stuff for yourself. It's all right here. And I just want to make this really clear, guys, for people who write weird comments that he doesn't trade penny stocks. It's right here on his website. It's also here on the misrepresentations and the fines from FTC. He's literally trading penny stocks. April 19th, 2024. I looked up the tickers of all the penny stocks, and also too, there's an article I found in the Entrepreneur, and it says, I turned $583 into 10 million. Here's how I did it, and 5 lessons I learned along the way. This is written by Ross Cameron on August 4th, 2023 in the Entrepreneur. So basically you can write articles about yourself. I'm sure you pay him whatever amount of money and you can do that. Also too, this is an interesting one. This is like Global Finance and Banking Review. And this is something you got to be careful on. There are websites out there that sort of might seem legitimate. I say seem legitimate because you got to actually scroll down the bottom. I guess he has some sort of book signing or whatever. Scroll down the bottom and it says here, this is sponsored content. This is the disclosure. This is sponsored content. The sponsor may include, but not limited to, payment for an article placement to the publication, compensation for the monitor or their time, or other arrangements. So essentially these kind of stuff you can, basically take out ads in these kind of publications. So moreover, with these sort of, trading people, they charge a lot of money for their stuff actually. And this is where they get their money. Basically you sell your memberships and it's like $197 a month, or I guess this is some sort of one-time $797, and they try to upsell you. You get the pro. Whoa, it's like basically $3,000 for a one-time, and then I guess if you want to get like the super pro, it's going to be, or pro special they call it, is $4,000. So, and we, I laugh because it's like, isn't this stuff obvious, guys? I mean, come on, isn't it obvious that you don't want to be messing with these kind of people and it's a scam? I mean, isn't it obvious? But sadly, it's not to a lot of people. People like Ross can be, very charismatic. He has a nice voice. He does. I've heard his voice. He has a nice voice. And, essentially gets people to think, oh, wow, I'd like to turn $500 into, 10 million. But I tell you, if you're Ross and you're, selling people these kind of courses to 20,000 people or whatever, how many people got roped in there, I think that money probably adds up very quickly for him. But that's really how these people make their money. Anyway, I just wanted to warn you, be careful out there, be careful the stuff you read, check everything. And also too, I like having the community here because again, this is the kind of stuff that I think is important to have a community with, to say, hey guys, I see this thing, let's verify it together. That's what I like to do, because I want you to know that you're not alone in a world of craziness on YouTube, where people can, this is just how it is, people can buy comments, they can buy likes, dislikes, whatever, and they can basically trick people. At the end of the day, what's sad is, I think what happens for these kind of people is they're like, you know what, I'll just pay the FTC, that's part of doing business, and I'll just keep doing what I've been doing. And unfortunately, I guess that's how our system works in the USA. Just keep doing it, pay the fines, whatever. So like to hear your thoughts on this one, guys. I think this is crazy stuff, and I'll catch you next video.